In the mid-1980s, the Soviet Union appeared to be a dominant superpower, but behind the Iron Curtain, the nation struggled.
There was a very widespread feeling at that time in the leadership of the Communist Party and the Soviet Union that the country had somehow lost its way, that economic development was faltering, that the Soviet Union was falling further and further behind the West. Now, all this was brought to a head by the deaths in quick succession of three general secretaries of the Communist Party, Brezhnev, Andropov, and Chernenko. Chernenko was desperately sick even when he was elected, and there was a strong feeling that this was diminishing the prestige of the Communist Party within the Soviet Union and of the Soviet Union in the world, and that something had to be done about this.
The Politburo, the government's top decision-making body, realized it could not afford another short-term leader. It needed to appoint a younger politician who would revive the economy whilst maintaining the Communist Party's absolute power. It selected an ambitious party secretary as the new leader, Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev. At 54, he was relatively young, a man from a rural background who had left his home in the south to study law in Moscow. With the help of Yuri Andropov, he climbed the political ladder, securing a spot in the Politburo. He was a loyal communist and well acquainted with the workings of the party, yet he was idealistic too. He believed that measured reforms would create a stronger and more competitive Soviet Union. On March the 11th, 1985, as the nation mourned Chernenko's death, Gorbachev assumed the post of General Secretary.
Мы провожаем последний путь Константина Устиновича Черненко.
Конфликт самый.
The main conflict, and the most complicated one, it was greater than any of the other problems that we were worried about. This problem was the gap between the government and society. The people in power appeared to be concerned only with their own privileges. The government wanted to maintain the monopoly it had on everything, on ideology, leadership, decision-making. Ultimately, society, one of the best educated societies in the world, rich in the sciences, literature and culture, was reduced to discussing its ideas and opinions in the kitchen, so to speak. That was where freedom was. The kitchen was the place where people could discuss these issues.